Hello, awesome peeps. How are you doing? A very good morning, good evening to all of you. Namaste and adab. I must say, this crowd is passionate about learning technology because it's Saturday, guys, and we all are here to learn NLP. NLP, that is Natural Language Processing. It's a form of artificial intelligence. So, before going ahead, I can thank enough to Thai University for organizing a global hackathon and giving this opportunity to all the students across globe for participating and learning, right? So let's not waste a minute and introduce our speaker come trainer for the day, Ms. Pradipti Dugaraju. Pradipti has a rich experience of 6+ years as a senior developer with SmartBreeze in artificial intelligence domain. She has an experience in deep learning. Its hands-on experience should be in deep learning, machine learning, algorithm, and cloud technology. As a colleague of Pradipti, I must say she is a great team player with strong analytical and problem solving skills. And yes, not to miss, personally, I would say she is very jovial, outgoing, and non-stop conversationalist. So, guys, as it's a hands-on session, and we want you not only to listen but empower yourself in building a project related to NLP using IBM Cloud. We all have received a mail to create an IBM academic account for this session. So before jumping in, let me invite Mr. Hemant Kumar Galat, who will take you all through the benefits of IBM initiative. And for the timing, I'm giving it over to Hemant. Thank you and have an awesome session, learning session, I must say. Hemant, over to you.
Thank you, Dipjani. Hi, people. Good evening, all. So let me stop my share. Let me stop this sharing and then share my screen so that I can explain you the benefits of IBM academic account. Just to confirm, are you all able to see my screen? Is my screen visible to you all? Yep. Thanks for the confirmation, guys. So the reason being to ask you people to create your IBM academic initiative accounts is, as the first reason is like, this academic initiative is a special initiative for the students and the educators. Okay, educators in the sense our faculty. So this is mainly for our students. IBM focused only on the students, and they have started this initiative of IBM academic initiative. Okay, here the benefits are something like, when you go with your light account, you will have only a 256 MB of a cloud space. Okay, and when you create your IBM initiative accounts, you have your space as 2 GB. Okay, that's the first reason. The second reason is, when you go with your light accounts, you can download the softwares, but it's only a free trial versions, which is not more than 30 days. But when it comes to this academic initiative accounts, it's for 180 days or 6 months. Okay, it's for 180 days. Okay, that is 6 months. And the third reason being is, you can complete all your courses. You can complete your courses for the free of cost when you come with this IBM academic initiative accounts. Okay, so in order to create this IBM academic initiative accounts, you need your institutional mail IDs, which we have clearly stated in our prerequisites. And we wanted to help you, the students, and we don't want you to miss this opportunity, that if you don't have an institutional email IDs which has been provided by your institutions, you can fill up a form and request for a smart interns email ID. Okay, which we have again given the link of a form in your emails, right? These are the main reasons we asked you to create your IBM initiative accounts. Okay. Now you might have a doubt like, sir, how to get these feature codes, how to change our accounts from light accounts to a trial accounts, or how to download all this softwares and kind of stuffs. Okay. So to do this, you need your IBM account, IBM Academic Initiative accounts first. Okay. If you don't have an IBM Initiative accounts, just go to ibm.com/academic homepage, which I'm giving a link there in a chat. Just go to that, click on register now, click on register now, give your academic account there. I'm just showing you the process of creating this IBM academic account. So here you need to give your IBM account. I'm just giving my friends, that is my juniors account. I'll take .edu.in. Oh, hope this has been used already. So you will get something like this. You have to select your degree. You have to select your degree again here. Choose your graduation date. You can choose any of your graduation year here and the month here. It's just an expectation month, and the year should be proper. Your department, and then to click on this agree, just click on that hyperlink, accept it. The same thing again with the privacy content. Just click on the hyperlink and accept it. Then click on verify. So I hope this has been used already. That is the reason it is getting for you something like that. So all the steps to be performed to create this IBM initiative account has been given again in your mail IDs. Okay. So let me direct login and show you how. Let me show you how to get your feature codes. So once you'll get login into your accounts, just click on this IBM Cloud, learn more. Okay. Once you click on your learn more, you will have resource, softwares, and coursewares. From these softwares, you can download your softwares, and even you can get your feature code here. You have IBM Cloud feature code, right? Once you logged into this, you'll get an option here to get a feature code. Just get that feature code and apply that feature code. The same steps for applying the feature code is been also given in your mail IDs. Okay. I hope you have understood the reason behind asking you to create your IBM academic initiative accounts. And in our further sessions, even I'll tell you how to download the softwares, right? So thank you. Thanks for giving opportunity to explain the benefits of this IBM academic initiative. Now, I hand over the session to Ms. Pradipti. Thank
Uh,
you all.
Thank you so much, Hemant, for giving a brief introduction regarding IBM Academic Initiative. The reason he has given the introduction towards that is today we are gonna use IBM services for analyzing some sort of text. So that's the reason he has given such kind of introduction to you. So let me, without any further delay, let me start the session. I just wanted to know, like, am I audible and is my screen visible to you?
Pradipti, you are
You're
audible,
audible,
but
but
I hope you
screen
have
is
not
not
shared your
visible.
screen yet.
Okay, 1 second. Let me share it again. Fine. Yeah. So was it fine now?
Yes, it is audible now.
Uh,
Sorry, it's visible.
okay, fine. Hello, all. This is Pradeepti, and Devjani has given a brief introduction about me. So I'm not gonna talk about what I am and all. And I welcome you all to this event, the Bootcamp on Natural Language Processing. And in this session, we'll develop a question answering system using IBM Watson Discovery. This IBM Watson Discovery is an AI powered search and text analytics tool that will enable you to receive text target and specific answers from your data based on the user's query. So we have come up with this session in accordance to the challenges that were posted in the hackathon. So you can utilize this session for completing your challenges. So let me get started with what actually we're gonna do today. So before going into the demo part, let me first talk about text analysis, because mostly natural language processing is nothing but a technology which purely comes under this text analytics. So I would like to ask you, do you know what text analytics is? I want someone to answer the question text analytics. What do you understand by text analytics? And a small request with the participants is that I need a small sort of interaction between you and me, so that we can have a very nice and interactive session which will not end up boring. All right. So I request everyone to participate actively in this session. All right.
Just like the way in Google we have like kind of Siri thing that can read all the text on the screen.
All right. That's really good. That's really good. Okay, fine. So basically, text analysis is a machine learning technique that allows organization to automatically extract the information, classify the text such as tweets, emails, support tickets, product reviews, and survey responses. We are generating numerous of data day by day which is unstructured, and most of the data is in the textual format, be it the data generated through social media platforms, be it the data generated through your emails, be it the data generated through your SMS platforms. All those data is a kind of unstructured data. So there should be some sort of technology which will structure that data so that you can grab some sort of insights from it. There's where your text analysis comes into the picture. uh, so let me just give you a brief definition about text analytics. For example, some of the organizations might want to extract specific information like keywords, names, or company information from a bunch of emails, or categorize survey responses by sentiment and topic them. Then this text analysis will help them a lot. Let me give you an example for that. Most of the insurance industries receives a large volumes of documents, right, where end users manually must look out for majority fields like what is the policy number, what is the policy tenure, who is the client, so that they can grab that data and they can directly put that data into their respective application. All right. So instead of manual approach, we can use analytical tools that can automatically analyze the data in matter of a minutes, and with the help of this automation they can directly grab such kind of entities and enter their data into the respective application. All right. So with this, we can save lots of money, time, and in turn, it will provide valuable business insights. So now you have understood what text analysis, right? So now that you've understood what text analytics or analysis is, let me show you what are all the applications that comes under text analytics. The first being your language detection. So language detection is a great use case for machine learning applications, more specifically for text classification. So whenever you get any text from an email or a news article or output from a speech to text capabilities or anywhere else, a language detection model will tell you what actually the language is in that particular text. So you can use this language detection text in many of the applications. And the next application could be the text summarization. Text summarization is nothing but it is a technique of shortening long pieces of text. So it also comes under natural language processing, which extracts basic text from large amounts of data and creates a shorter version of the large available text data. Text summarization is very important for few of the applications because it reduces the time for reading, it also helps in better research work and also increases the amount of information that can fit in an area. For example, let's take a use case where lawyers spend a lot of time preparing legal briefs of their case files, right? So instead of they doing it manually by reading the whole bunch of data, they just use this text analysis so that the machine itself will read the whole document and summarize the whole content in brief, so that lawyers can spend more time on other things rather than summarizing their legal files. And the next one is the sentiment analysis. Sentiments or emotions are actually essential for effective communication between humans. So if you want machines to handle such kind of text in the same way, we need to teach them how to detect emotions and classify the text as whether it is a positive or a negative or a neutral. So there's where your sentiment analysis comes into the play. So you can consider that it is an automated process of understanding an opinion about a given subject from a written or any sort of spoken language. Mostly you can use this sentiment analysis for feedback systems in any of the organization. So this is one of the good research areas where artificial intelligence will fit in. And the next application could be the text classification. You can consider text classification as categorization or tagging. So which is nothing but the task of assigning a set of predefined categories to free text. So text classification can be used to organize the data, structurize your data, and categorize pretty much anything in the world. So for example, news articles can be organized by topics, support tickets can be organized by urgency, chat conversations can be organized by languages, brand mentions can be organized by sentiment, so on. There are so many there we have so many applications for text classification. And then we have the next one, which is entity extraction. Entity recognition or entity extraction are nothing but the same. So entity extraction recognizes or extracts the main entities from the given text, such as names of a persons, organizations, locations, expressions of times, quantities, monetary values, percentages, etc. So while talking about the text analytics, I've given you an example, right? Like insurance companies will get large amounts of data, and the users will manually grab the some important information from the documents, right? That can be done with the help of this entity extraction. So this is another application. Likewise, we have the other one, which is question and answering system. So you can consider this question and answering system can be considered as a technology that provides the right answer to a specific question. So instead of it giving the list of possible answers, it will give the specific answer. So these question and answers systems are defined or designed so that the machine can answer and understand the questions in a natural language. So in this session, we will develop a question and answering system with the IBM services. So let me show you what we're gonna do today. So this is the architecture. So here we will be building a question answering system with the help of different IBM services like Watson Discovery, Watson Assistant. So basically, here what we do is we create a customer care chatbot experience, but instead of relying on a predefined responses, our chatbot will provide a hook that can call out to the other Watson services for additional source of information. So in our case, the additional source of information could be a user's manual regarding a product, which will be uploaded into a Watson Discovery. So let me just give you a brief introduction regarding the use case that we're gonna develop. The typical whatever the chatbots that we have today. So we have chatbots in our Swiggy, in our Amazon, and so many big giant companies are leveraging such kind of chatbots on their web applications, right? So those chatbots can answer simple questions like what is the store location, and what is the hours of uh, operation, directions, and maybe even making some sort of appointments. So when a question falls outside of the scope, then the predefined question set, which we will be uploaded onto the discovery, will help us to grab some sort of insight. So instead of a typical answer like can I get connected you to a real person, it by itself give you some sort of perfect answers. So we'll provide some sort of options where if suppose a customer his question is about the operation of a device, then we will use this webhook feature of the IBM cloud. So whenever the user asks about any sort of information which is outside the scope, so this will be connected to a cloud function, which is a webhook, which actually consider as a web request. So with the help of this web request, we talk to the Watson discovery. So in this Watson discovery, we usually train our data. So whatever it could be a medical data, or it could be an insurance data, or it could be any domain. It could be any specific domain. Any domain will have their user manuals. First, the user manuals will be trained with the Watson discovery service. So if suppose user asks about the information about the specific domain, then the cloud functions will be helpful. So hope you have understood what we gonna do today, right? So again, in a summary, I'll just tell you what we're gonna do. First, we'll be creating a chatbot with the help of Watson Assistant service. Once that's done, then using smart document understanding, we will build an discovery collection, which will get trained on our user manual. And then we will be creating the cloud functions that allows Watson Assistant, a chatbot, to talk to the Watson discovery. So this is what the whole architecture could be. So if you've understood what's the use case that we're gonna do, then I'll move on to the practical implementation of it. Can I get the response? Can I get the responses from the audience? I prefer if you give responses in the chat, that would be better. Thank you so much. So I request everyone to create your IBM Academic Initiative accounts and log into your IBM accounts. A video on. So if you have done registering into IBM accounts and logged in, please let me know. I'll write what are all the steps that we're gonna do today. So let me write all the steps. Okay. So first, suppose we take a product uh, development company where they have introduced their product. All right. So now they want to create a system. They want to create a system which can be handled by the machine. So whenever there are some queries regarding the product or any other, then they can directly talk to the chatbot. All right. So the main disadvantage of the chatbot is we cannot create a dynamic chatbot or a self learning chatbot. All right. So it will be answering only the predefined questions. For example, if you open your Swiggy or Amazon or so, whenever you talk to a customer care executive, it can talk about your orders, it can talk about where it is, but it cannot go deep into the conversation. So whenever you ask any question out of the scope, it will give you a response saying that, sorry, I didn't understand. Would you like to talk to a customer care executive? All right. So instead of that, instead of we redirecting to a real person, what we gonna do here is, I would like to train the machine with whole product information. All right. So I would like to, in every product will have a user manual, right? So first what we do is, we will be collecting that user manual, and then we will be training that user manual with the Watson Discovery service. So whenever the user queries about any product information to the chatbot, it will redirect to the discovery service where we have trained our data. All right. So first what we do is, the first step is creating necessary services. The first service is Watson Discovery. Here is where your user manual will get trained on. So for example, even though I have college mail ID, I request you to help me in this regard. Suhas, actually it will take 24 hours of time to get uh, uh, permission from the IBM team. So have you done right now? So we have sent you the prerequisites documents yesterday itself, right? If you have done yesterday, then by now that should get completed actually. All right. So user manual gets trained on. So for example, if you get any sort of exams or so, and you have to read so much of the whole bunch of textbook, so instead of that, what you can do is, instead of you reading each and every page, what you do is, you train your textbook with the Watson Discovery. Just ask the question regarding anything, and yeah, Watson Discovery itself will give you the answers instead of you pondering around the pages in your textbook. All right. So that could be a basic example for it. So the user manuals get trained on. Then the second one is create a chatbot which talks to Watson Discovery. So here we have trained on Watson manual, right? Suppose we trained about working of that some sort of settings of product or something else. Now with the help of this chatbot, user will ask a question like how to turn my heater on or heater on. Then the question will be analyzed by a chatbot. Then this answer will be grabbed from the knowledge base that we have created. So to do so, we need a function which is cloud functions. Create cloud functions. All right. Now, once everything is done, the fourth point is we create a web interface. So user can use this web interface, enters his query regarding the product information, and the answers regarding the query will be displayed on the UI. So these are all the steps that we're gonna follow now. Now you're clear with the use case that we're gonna build. So in the challenge, we have seen some sort of medical knowledge base analysis, right? So that medical knowledge base analysis can be done with the help of Watson Discovery. So you can train your user manual. So you have to create your own database for that. Once you create it, then remaining everything will be similar. All right. Only the data set or the data that you gonna train will be different. So shall we move forward in creating all these services? So first one, let's create Watson Discovery service. Then let's create the chatbot. All right. So whenever you log into your IBM account, this is how your IBM account looks like. This is nothing but called as dashboard. And guys, if you got stuck somewhere, please do tell me where you got stuck. All right. So this is how your chatbot looks like. If you're new to your IBM, then these options will not be available because that is a new account and you have not used any sort of services. So on the dashboard, you can see what are all the services that you have created. All right. So now the first step is to create Watson Discovery. So please click on catalog. Yes, Kashyap. So they have to approve this. Then you will get the access to the IBM account with the academic initiative. So that's the reason we have sent you the prerequisites document so that you would have done it before the session. So it will take around 24 hours of time. What is the error that you're getting, Rahul? Can you please tell me? All right, have you given your academic ID, Rahul? Then it should probably that your mail ID is not recognized by your the IBM. So for now, I request you to create normal accounts with your email IDs. So that will be only for 2 months. But if you create, so once tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you can create your IBM academic initiative because it will take time for approval, right? So for now, I request everyone to create accounts with your personal mail IDs so that you'll not have any sort of havoc now. But if you want to avail all the opportunities, you should use your academic initiatives. So for now, for this session, please do create accounts with your personal email IDs. Stephen, you're getting the error. Fine. For now, please do that with your personal mail ID. If not, then Tushar, you cannot create the IBM accounts with Gmail as the domain because that is not an academic domain, right? So you cannot have that. If you have already created the IBM Academic Initiative account, then you can directly use it for login. Please click on please go to the link cloud.ibm.com/login. So there you can give your academic initiative and your password and then log into the account. All right, Ria. If you have already created the academic initiative account and no need of you creating it again, you can directly use it for login once you get the approval from the IBM team. All right. Okay, Karthik, that's good. So I'll give a few more minutes so that everyone will be on the same page. So I'll start the session exactly at my timings. It's 8:10 Indian Standard Timings. So if you have not got approvals for your academic initiatives, then for now, please do access with your personal ID. For normal registration, you can directly go to cloud.ibm.com/registration. Then you can register with your personal ID. So if you are facing any issue, you can mail regarding that issue to hemant@thesmartbridge.com. Cloud.ibm.com. Everything will be the same. I have logged in with my academic initiative account itself, Vidhi. Mine is academic initiative account itself, so this will be the same. Or else you will be logged into, so please scroll down and then you can find an option called go to cloud, navigate to cloud. If you see that option, please click on that, then immediately you will be logged into this dashboard Vidhi. No, the difference is like you can avail the offers only for 2 months if you have logged in with your email ID, the personal ID. If it is with the academic initiative, then you can access it for 1 year. And you'll have feature codes so that you can use all the other services for free. Yes. Ashutosh, please wait for few seconds because this is a crucial step in completing the whole task. So let everyone complete their registrations. Once majority of the students have done with it, then I'll move on with the other part. All right. Thank you, Ashutosh. And I request every student to concentrate on what I am delivering because it's really a useful use case, people. Can I get the responses from your side, like how many of you have created? Can I move forward? If I get majority of the responses, then I'll move forward. Kashyap, can you please tell me what is the error? All right, Kashyap, if you get that kind of error, please do mail regarding your issue to hemant@thesmartbridge.com. For now, please do create the accounts with your IBM normal personal accounts. Whoever is getting errors, the reason might be you didn't get approval for your academic initiatives. So I request everyone for now to log in with your personal mail IDs. What was the error, Kashyap? The same thing cannot create the account. Can you please send me the screenshot so that I can see and let you know? All right. Maybe the server is busy right now. So for after 5 minutes, please do register again. Do get registered again. So any other responses so that I can move forward? All right. Anyhow, the session is also recorded live. So if you miss any part of the session, you can go through that live video. Yes, once you've created your account, now the time to create our services. So we will create Watson Discovery service, a chatbot service. We'll create a cloud function, and then we will create a web interface for that. All right. So to create any of the service, please do click on catalog. Can someone please send the live YouTube video link in the chat so that students can access the video afterwards? All right. So please click on. So yeah, thank you so much, Anand. So please click on catalog. Please click on catalog. Search for Watson Discovery. Please click on catalog from the dashboard. Please click on catalog from the dashboard. Then you will get navigated to a page which looks like this. Please search for Watson Discovery. Please search for the service Watson Discovery. Make sure you select the region as Dallas. The reason why we are selecting Dallas is most of the IBM's services are compatible with Dallas region. So please do select the service region as Dallas. So the reason why we are using IBM services is, like, if you want to train chunks of data, our normal CPU cannot handle it. All right. So you have to train it for days together, and you should have GPU support system. IBM is providing cognitive services with which you can leverage your AI applications on. And the next benefit is, if you're not very much into coding and all, then you can easily rely on this IBM services, Karthik. All right. So select Dallas as the region and click on create. So it says I already have an plan, so I cannot create another one. I already have a discovery service, so that's the reason I cannot create it again. So I can open my discovery service from the dashboard. So if you click on the dashboard, if suppose you've already created the service, then this is how you have to open your service. So from the service, from the services menu, you can directly click on discovery. So once you create your service, this is how your page looks like. What is the question that you have asked, Karthik? Probably I missed it. Yes, please put the name, please put all the other values default. All right, Priyanka, I'll again show you how to create Watson Discovery. Yes, Krishna, I'm again showing it, guys. So once you log into your IBM account, please click on catalog. Please click on catalog. Please click on catalog. search for Watson Discovery. So you'll find the service name. Click on that option. Now you will get redirected to the creation page. So during creation, make sure you mark the region as Dallas. Mark the region as Dallas and click on create. Once you create it, you will get redirected to a page which looks like this. Let me show you. So I'm writing the steps of creating the discovery service. From dashboard, click on catalog, search for Watson Discovery in the search bar, select the option Watson Discovery. You will get landed on the creation page. Make the region as Dallas. Make all the other values default. Click on create. So you can create your Watson. After redirected page, there is a service named Watson Discovery showing the service list. Do we have to click on that? Actually, whenever you click on that service, this is how your page looks like. Right? So are you on this page? So if you already have the service which is created, then you have to open that from the services. Is everyone on this page? The name will be unique for every account. Right. So now next step is to create Watson Assistant. You're not getting the location thing. You'll get it, Sahasra. Karthik, if you click on the IBM Cloud, you'll get redirected to the service page. That means the dashboard. If you scroll down, you'll find these services. From there, you can select the Watson Discovery service. So from here, open your discovery service. This is how your dashboard looks. This is how your Watson Discovery looks like. Now, our main goal is to train our user manual. So whatever the manual that you have, it could be an insurance manual, it could be a product manual, it could be a textbook, it could be anything. You should train your manual with discovery. All right. So let's first train our discovery with our own manual. To do so, please click on Launch Watson Discovery. Please click on Launch Watson Discovery. So whenever you click on Launch Watson Discovery, you will see a page which looks like this. Whatever the module that we gonna train can be considered as a collection. So I have so many collections like IBM Health Policies, Food Reviews, Watson Discovery News, everything. All right. So you can create only 3 collections, and you will have a default collection, which is Watson Discovery News. Is everyone on this page? Yes. So actually, this is a pre-enriched data. This collection will get trained on 3 million news articles daily. So daily, this Watson Discovery will get trained on 3 million news. So if you want to know about any news all over the world, you can directly query the results from this already built collection. So this is the default collection, you can say. So we can create our own specific collections. First, let's see how we can query the results from already collected data. So Watson Discovery News, click on that Watson Discovery News. So if you see, daily 2 lakhs 2 lakhs news articles in English will get trained, 20,000 Spanish articles will get trained, 12,000 German articles will get trained, French, Japanese, and Korean. These are the languages with which the news articles will get trained on. All right. So first, suppose if you want to build your query and know about it, you can click on build your own query. That means you are questioning your IBM collection to grab the answers for your question. So let me just run the code. Let me just build your own query. So you can search in the document, click on search in the document. So you can see like corona vaccines, corona vaccine. So whenever you type a question like corona vaccine, then immediately you will get results over here. If you see, so if you see, it gave you an answer like, by applying this vaccine, children are less prone to corona infection, knowing the safety of the children 2 hours ago. So can you see this? So whatever the question you ask regarding any news article in Spanish, English, German, French, etc., your collection will analyze your text and will give you the answers relating to it. So this is the inbuilt discovery. So have you understood this, guys? Have you understood how to query your collection? Should I show you again? So you already have something called Watson Discovery News. This is getting trained on 2 lakhs news articles daily. And if you want to know about any news articles, you can query a question to this collection. In order to query a question, please click on this, scroll down, build your own query, ask about anything. Defense. So it gives you the result. So NGO, XOR Lynch, and Cambodia's Deputy Prime Minister and Defense Minister. So it gives all the answers regarding the defense. So now what we're gonna do is we wanna build our query system for our own specific domain. All right. To do so, what we do is we have to create our own collection. So first download the data set that will be training on. Please navigate to the URL tinyurl.com/TIE-session. Please download the PDF. This is the user manual that I'm gonna train with. So here you can see it has all the manuals like setup process, wiring configuration, accessory configuration, temperature. Please download this PDF. Yes, I've put that in the chat window. tinyurl.com/tie-session. So I'm also showcasing it on the screen. tinyurl.com/tie-session. Hope you've downloaded that. So have you downloaded the data set, guys? Yes. Now please click on upload your data. Please click on upload your data. Enter anything. So I just want to name my collection as product information. Product information and click on create. All right, Divya, please navigate to this URL, tinyurl.com/tie-session. So you'll get this PDF. Download that PDF. This PDF is around 42-page PDF, which consists the data regarding your product. All right. Okay. So I'm telling you how to create your collection again. Let me delete already created collection. Please click on upload your own data. Give a name as product information. Give a name as product info. Click on create. Click on create. All right. So now here is where you have to upload the data that you will be training. All right. Select your document. Select the downloaded document and click on open. So your document will get uploaded. It will take some time to upload the document. As it is a light plan, it will take 10 minutes to upload the document onto the collection. I cannot redo that, Krishna. Let me show you. So do you see upload documents option on the screen? Once you complete your collection, once you complete your creation of collection? Yes. So please click on that. Upload the document that you would like to train. I have given it as product info. It's your wish. The name can be anything. That's a user defined name. I have given it as product info, Anand. So it will take some time. By then, let's start creating a chatbot. All right. So is everyone over here? Can you see that your data is getting processed? Yes. So now, yes. Now, please come to the other page, the next page. Now let's first, as it takes time, so first let's concentrate on building a chatbot first. All right. Yeah. So please click on this IBM Cloud in a new tab. Please click on this IBM. Come to the other page. You will find, yes, now let's create Watson Assistant. Click on the other page. Click on this dashboard and open in a new link. Open a link in a new tab. Now click on catalog. Search for Watson Assistant. Search for Watson Assistant. Yes, is everyone on this page? By then your data is getting processed. Let's create a chatbot. All right. Please come to the other page. Here, open your dashboard and a new link. Dashboard and a new link. There, click on catalog. Search for Watson Assistant. Let me write the steps. Navigate to the previous tab. Open dashboard in a new tab. Click on catalog. Search for Watson Assistant. You get redirected to the creation page. Give the region as Dallas. Make all the other specifications default. Click on create. So just click on create. Your Watson Assistant will be created and you will be landing on the Watson Assistant dashboard. Did you complete this step, guys, everyone? Yes. Now let's Dallas. Make sure all the regions are in Dallas. Dallas. All right. Now please click on launch Watson Assistant. Click on Watson Assistant. Yes, Karthik, some of the services. So there are n number of services in IBM. So some services will be operated in London region and some services will operate in Frankfurt region. But in London, all the services which are available in IBM will work. So that's the reason it's better you opt Dallas. Oh, I've chosen London as my location. No, I've changed it. That's okay, not an issue, but make sure you create the location as, make sure you select the region as Dallas. All right. Fine. Now, you will get redirected to a page which will look like this. Is everyone on this page now? we call our chatbot as a skill. All right. We call our chatbot as a skill, which is a dialogue skill. Ashutosh, are you on this page? Are you on this page? Can you please tell me where you've got stuck? Have you followed all these steps? Skip that. Skip the intro. So if you get any pop-up messages, like you're using it for the first time, right? So you get all the pop-up messages and pop-up windows. Just close that pop-up windows. All right. All right. So once you close all those pop-up windows, you will be on this page. So if you're not on this page, click on this tree. That's okay, Divya, not an issue. Let it be for now. So if you do that, first of all, you have to go to the services in the dashboard, delete the service, again create the service. You got directly landed on the create intent page, Krishna. I mean, Krisha, I'm sorry. So please click on this option. Please click on this option. Here, you'll have something called create skill. Please click on create skill. Select the dialog skill. Click on next. I'm again showing it. So let me launch my Watson Assistant. As soon as I launch my Watson Assistant, this is the page I get redirected to. So there, please click on this tree-like structure. Please click on this tree-like structure. Then you will find an option called create skill. So whatever the chatbot that we will create, that is considered as a dialogue skill. So first of all, you have to create a dialogue skill. All right. So please click on create skill. Select the dialogue skill. Guys, are you following me? If not, please do tell me. I'll wait for a few minutes or few seconds. All right. Please click on next. Please click on next. Now here, let's create a skill named as product bot. Give the name as product bot. And if you want to give any sort of description for your skill, of course you can give. Otherwise, make it optional. Click on create dialog skill. So as soon as you click on create dialog skill, this is how your page looks like. This is the product bot skill. So you can see there are some options like intents, entities, dialogues, options, something else like this, right? So whenever you open any of the web application, all right, let's suppose I give it a smartintents.com or something else. Let me we have a chatbot over here. Any web application, let me say another application like or any Amazon. So you'll get a chatbot, right? So the questions that you ask are considered as the intents. So you can see number of options over here: intents, entities, dialogues, something like that, right? So whenever a chatbot is open, whatever the questions that you type, those are considered as intents. Intents can be considered as user post, questions, or user conversation. Entities can be considered as keywords extracted from intents. Keywords extracted from intents. Keywords extracted from intents. First, suppose, let me tell you, I have a question. Like, for suppose I have created a restaurant bot, and there one of the user can you please repeat the question? Can you please repeat the question, Anand? Yeah. So let's suppose I've created a restaurant bot, and the user said that I would like to order pizza of quantity 2. I would like to order pizza of quantity 2. All right. So now the whole sentence can be considered as intent. Entities could be the item name, quantity, and inquiry. So item name could be our pizza. Quantity could be our number. Inquiry could be our order. All right. So first of all, you have to train your bot with intents, entities, and dialogues. So here in this session, I'll be dealing only with the intents and dialogues, because we have another session which is purely focusing on chatbot. So here we will just do only basic stuff regarding the bot. But in the chatbot session, we will completely develop a full-fledged chatbot. The main aim of this chatbot is like the query should get connected to the discovery. All right. So we will only create one intent and the one dialogue for this. All right. All right. So now did you understand what intents and entities are, right, guys? Have you understood what intents and entities are? Hope you have understood what intents and entities are, right? Yes. So now let's create a basic intent. Let's create a basic intent. Please click on create intent. Now, the main thing that I would want to implement first is to greet the bot. So can you please tell me what sort of greetings can a user have? Can user use? It could be hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, what's up? All these things, right? How may I help? That is how may I help you will be triggered from the bot, not from the user, right? Intents are user post statements. So let's create an intent for greetings. Okay. So please click on create intent, give the name as greeting, click on create intent, give the user examples. Hi. Hi. Good morning. Good afternoon. Few basic intents, all right? So I've just given only 4. You can add other examples as well. Now, once this is done, whenever user says hi or hello or some greeting messages, the bot should respond with some sort of response. That response will be given in a dialogue. That response will be given in a dialogue. All right. So now once you create your intents, is everyone done with this? Should I wait? Should I tell again? Should I move forward? I mean, should I repeat it? Should I wait or should I move forward, guys?
Please go ahead.
All right, fine. So we have created our intents. Now let's create dialogues for this. So click on dialogue. It will not understand this, Ria. So it says, I don't understand. Please revert your query. All right, Ria? So if I just train you on apple images, dog images, and cat images, and if I show you an elephant image, will you be able to understand what that image is? The same thing happens here as well. So whatever you train, that will only be accepted by any machine. All right. And if you have self-learning chatbots, yes, it can learn from the user inputs, but we cannot create a self-learning bot like Siri or Alexa with few information. All right. This is a rule-based chatbot. All right, Ria, I hope you understood. Now, so if you click on dialogue, you have 2 nodes, which is welcome and which is anything else node. What is this welcome node? So whenever you open a bot, the first thing that bot responds with is, hello, how may I help you? So if you click on this, try it, you can see something called hello, how may I help you? Can you see this? Now I just remove this and change my So I have given a statement called hello, welcome to product information customer care service bot. All right. Now just close it. It's getting trained. Now just clear it and now open it. Once again. Yeah, you can see hello, welcome to product information customer care service bot. Now, whenever I say good morning, so I've given the intents, right? Good morning. It says, I didn't understand. You can try rephrasing. The reason is we have not associated any dialogue to this. So you have to create a node. Please click on these 3 buttons. Select add node below. Give the name as greetings. Enter the condition. If intents is greeting, and then a response with hello, hello, hi, I am here to assist regarding project information information on Ecobee products. So whenever a user greets the bot, this is the static response that a bot gives. Now just clear it and try it. You just give hi. It says, hello, hi, I am here to assist regarding product information on Ecobee products. All right. Now you will ask anything about the product. So how to configure Wi-Fi. How to configure Wi-Fi. If you give this question, then the bot should reply you back with another response. This response will be coming from the Watson discovery. So here we are training the data, right? Here we have to train the data. We have not yet trained the data, but we will train it. Can you see, did you see that your data has got processed? So can you please open your Watson discovery and see whether if the data is processed or not? Done till here? Guys, are you following the steps? All right. Let's wait for a few more minutes. Have you understood till here? So now whenever I talk about, so for example, let's open that Ecobee product. So if you see, there is there is a lot of information about the Ecobee product, right? So selecting system operation mode, HSE systems, humidifier, dehumidifier. I can ask any question related the document. So that questions will be answered with the help of Watson discovery. So there should be a medium between your Watson discovery as well as your chatbot. So now how to configure Wi-Fi. I've asked about how to configure Wi-Fi, right? It says irrelevant. I didn't understand. You can rephrase it. So this response is being triggered from the anything else block. If you see this anything else block, you can find I didn't understand. You can rephrase it. Can you reward your statement? I didn't get your meaning, etc., etc., etc. All right. So now let's create a dialog box for my configuration. So let me tell you what happens now. So whenever user asks about any product information to assistant regarding the product information, it is already getting posted, Suresh. We have already sent the YouTube link in the chat. So you can see the live session, which is recording right now. So anyhow, my mentor will again give you the link. You can use that link and see the recorded session. All right, fine. So whenever user asks about this product information, that product information will be trained on Watson Discovery. And to communicate with Watson Discovery, we have something called functions, cloud functions. So if you are aware of serverless computing or API requests or anything, with the help of this webhook facility, we can create a function, and this function will generate a HTTP request. With the help of that HTTP request, your chatbot will get communicated to the Watson Discovery. All right. So for that, what you do is please click on node below, add node below, select the statement as, select the dialog as product underscore information. Give this if entity. So we have not created an entity for this, right? So before creating a dialog, let's create an entity for this. So go to create an intent for this. So please go to intents. Please go to intents. Please go to intents. Create the intents. Create an intent. Create an intent. And give all the user questions like how to turn my heater on. You can add, okay, well, first let me create the intent as product information, product underscore information. Just click on create intent. And here you can add the examples like how do I access the settings? So you can add all the questions which are showcased over here, like carrying your thermostat, how to clean your thermostat. All these questions can be added, like how to set up the temperature. So let me add few of the questions for now. Let me add a few of the questions. So like, how do I turn my heater on? Or another example could be, how do I set the time? How do I set the time? Add an example. How do I turn the heater on? So I've given how do I turn my heater on, right? Like how do I access the settings? All these things can be user related questions regarding the product information. All right. So once this is done, you can create the dialog for that. Please go to dialog. Yes, Behrat, you can ask it.
Okay, thank you so much. My question was, why are you typing the full question? Because I believe that it should scrape just the words and look up the words such as, I don't know, heater and
See,
how. And yeah, that's my question.
okay. So whatever the question that you've given here, it's not taking the whole question. It is extracting the intents and entities from it. So first, suppose if I just give the question as how do I access my heater on, then it is extracting the intent heater itself. All right. So here you can also give just the single words like heater, settings, Wi-Fi. But
Correct. So
for just making just making you understand what sort of questions can a user ask, I'm using such questions. All right.
thank you so much. Yeah, that was my question. Thank you. So each keyword is enough. For
Yes.
example, maybe
Each keyword is enough.
how
Each
heater,
keyword is
something
enough.
like, yeah, how heater, something like that, recruits the machine to see how connects how to heater, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. So
thank you.
whenever it extracts that heater, then that keyword will be related to the database. I mean, the knowledge base that we're going to train now. All right, Behrat, I hope you understood, right?
Yeah, of course. That was I was asking for. Thank you.
Yes. You can add the just one word is also fine. But for making you understand what actually intent is, I just gave such kind of example, right?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. So now let's see. Now in the dialogues, you can see if the information is regarding product information, then it has to connect to the Watson discovery. That
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask that these dialogues, are they also question mark sensitive? It's like if a
No, you can give question mark, you can can give an exclamatory, that doesn't matter. It will only concentrate on the entities that it has. That's it.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Now, first of all, you have to create a cloud function. So please do open your dashboard in the next tab. Open your dashboard in the next tab. Now there, search for cloud functions. Let me check whether my data is getting processed or not. Oh, it's taking so much of time to process the data. It has 42 pages of data, so it's taking time. Please open your dashboard in the next tab. Search for functions. Click on this functions. Click on the actions. And here, let's create an action. Let's create an action. Click on create. So let my name of the action be product info. Hope everyone is understanding what I am doing right. Please do tell me if you got stuck somewhere. Click on create. Now here you have to write some code which gets connected to your discovery. So I'll just give you the code what you wanna paste in it. So let me just give you this code. All right, Karthik. Fine, I'll wait. All right, Gauri. So I'll just tell you again. Please open your dashboard in the next window. There, search for functions. Search for functions. Click on actions. Click on actions. So what we are doing here is like we are creating an interface with the help of cloud function so that your assistant and discovery can communicate with each other. All right. So click on functions. Yes, Brenda, it is. So please click on create. Right. So please click on create. Please click on create. Select the action and give the action name as product info. Click on create. So here you have to write some sort of code which will connect to the discovery. So let me just put that code in the chat window. No, are you talking about chatbot or the functions, Karthik? No. But do not start with capital letter, okay? Okay, I'm unable to put the whole chunk of code in the. No, chatbot is not case sensitive, Ria. Chatbot is not case sensitive. Whether you give good morning in caps or whether you give good morning in lowercase, that doesn't matter. I'm just attaching the notepad file because I'm unable to paste the whole code in the chat. So please download that file in the local environment. So please download that text document and copy the whole code and paste it in the code section. The code is like pretty straightforward. It simply connects the discovery service. So whenever you make a query again the collection, then it returns the response. So if you see here, I am querying my parameters like environment ID, collection ID, natural language query, what is the passage and all. So these are all the queries that I would like to give. And whenever I query my discovery, it returns the result. If there is any error, then it returns the error. So I've sent in the chat, Karthik. You can see that. You can download the file. It's not here. I've Chestnut sent to everyone. Let me send it again. It's just a text document. You can see that. It's sent successfully. You can download it. It's already there in the chat window. So let me check whether it's not yet processed. It's not yet processed. Did your results get processed in Watson Discovery? Can someone check and tell me? Should I share it like a Google Drive link? All right. All right, you can download the data from here. So let's wait for a few more minutes for the results to be processed. I don't know, as we are so many of us are using it, so maybe it's taking time for processing the results. And during night times, the server will be somewhat busy. So I'll just show, like, I already have another collection in another ID. So let me show how that gets processed. So I've already configured my data. So after processing the results, after your data has got uploaded, you can see something like this. You can see one document is uploaded, and you can see there are 4 enrichments added and something like this. All right. So once it's uploaded, first of all, you have to train your machine. That will be done with the help of this settings, which is configured data. So let me we'll wait for a few more minutes and see. We'll wait for more 5 minutes and see if that gets processed. Then I'll showcase it over here itself. Otherwise I'll show the already built model. All right. But remember the process, guys. Ultimately, you have to remember the process. All right, Ashutosh. So once your results are processed, so once this processing is completed, you can find something like this. So it is another account of mine where I have trained the document. So after processing the results, this is how it will look like. So after your product is or your document is uploaded, you can configure your data. That's what I said. That's it. Okay, so once this is done, then we can go with that cloud functions, Karthik. So that's the reason I'm waiting for it. So after pasting the code, actually we have to invoke the parameters. If you see here in the cloud functions, you can see you can just click on save, and you have to invoke with parameters. If you click on invoke with if you click on this parameters, you should add the parameters like URL, environment ID, collection ID, and workspace ID. These information will be grabbed from the Watson discovery. So I'm waiting for this data to be processed. So let me wait for a few more minutes. Or else I'll show you the process instead of me waiting. All right. So once your document is uploaded, guys, I'll go very slowly. Please do remember the process. Once your document is uploaded, you should not find any errors. So I've uploaded the 2 to 5 documents, out of which one document is failed. So that's not an issue. So once your document is uploaded, this is how it look like. So after this, you have to train your machine with the data. In order to do so, you have to click on configure the data. You have to click on configure the data. You can see there are some sort of entities that you can select for annotating your documents. This is what your annotation means. So here you are annotating your document. You should say what is important and what is not important for the machine learning model, so that the queries will be processed in a proper way. So in the first page, I don't want to annotate anything. In the second page also, I don't want to annotate anything. I would like to annotate the pages from the information. So from the page 5, I have some sort of information. All right. So here I want to annotate my titles as well as text. So first you can just click on title and select the title. You have to select the title. So you can see here. So here you have web portal, that is a title. So if you select that, that becomes a title. This is a title. This is a title. This is a title. And if you want to select the text, the whole thing is text. You have to select it. Once you've done annotating your document, you have to submit your page. So submitting means you are making your machine getting trained on the data that is there in the manual. In the next page, this is the second page, right? In the second page, again, please click on title, select the titles, click on text, select the text boxes, and click on submit pages. You have to do until you complete all the pages. You have to do it until you complete all the pages. So once all the pages are done, you have to click on apply changes to the collection. So after apply changes to the collection, you have to select the documents, the same document that is there, right? EcoB. So you have to upload the same document second time. So you can see the document will be uploaded, and now you can run your query. So to run your query, you can click on build your own query. Click on search documents. Let me say, how do I access my settings? If you ask this question, then your question will be processed, and you can see the settings. Select main menu, enter the existing security code, touch change security code, delete the existing code, and touch save. So this is the answer that your discovery has returned. All right. So now I would like to connect this discovery to my bot. Have you understood the process, guys? Have you understood the process? Let me check whether my data has got processed or not. It didn't yet processed. It didn't yet get processed. Fine. All right. So again, I'll show you how to configure your file after text part. Okay. So once text part is done, let me show you. Once you have annotated, once you have configured the data, you have to select each and every page, annotate your document, and click on submit pages. And you have to click on apply changes to the collection. So whenever you click on apply changes to the collection, so apply changes to the collection, whenever you click on that, then you will get another pop-up window which will ask you to upload the document again. Upload the document which is downloaded before and click on submit. That's it. And if you want to manage any fields, you can click on manage fields. So here I would like to consider only subtitle, text, and title. Only these are the information that I want. and split the document on each occurrence on subtitle. I've selected it as subtitle. So you can also select the headers or the entities that your discovery should understand, and then click on apply changes. So whenever you click on apply changes, it will ask to select the document. Select the same document that is there, that is downloaded. Click on open. Yeah, data got trained. Now you can build your query. So you can build your, you can ask any question to the model which is built. To do so, please click on build your own query. Okay. Just ask another question. How do I configure my Wi-Fi? How do I configure my Wi-Fi? Click on run query. You will get the response here. So you can also see the JSON data. You can see a wiring configuration setup, accessory configuration. So actually, this is not yet, you didn't train this question. The reason is I've only trained 6 pages, right? So you have to train all the pages so that your document will be properly annotated and the results will be accurate. Let me give another questions. Turn on my heater. Just run your query. You can see how do you configure your heater response in the summary, right? So now I want to integrate this response to the chatbot. All right. So to do so, you have to give the parameters in the function. So if you click on this, you will have API. So here you will have collection ID, configuration ID, environment ID, everything, right? So these are the parameters that you have to give in the cloud functions. All right. So if you open your cloud functions, yeah. So here I'm adding the parameters like URL. I'm adding the parameters like URL. Next, add another parameter. Add 4 parameters. One is URL. The second one is environment underscore ID. The third parameter is collection underscore ID. The fourth parameter is IAM underscore API KEY. So you have to give your URL. This URL can be grabbed from the Watson Discovery Service. You can see you have API key, right? Copy this API key and paste it in the IBM API key. So in the quotations, under quotations, you have to put this API key. In the same way, repeat it for the other parameters as well. And then here, your URL will be this URL. Paste your URL over here. And your environment ID will be this. You can see you have an environment ID. So after your document is annotated, you can see your API details here. So this is what your environment ID is. You can copy it and paste it in the environment ID in the quotations. In the same way, your collection ID. All right. So you have to save it. Once you save it, go to the code, click on invoke. So whenever you invoke, you will get the result. So I've already created the functions in the other account also. So I'll show you how I have configured it. So I've created my actions. And if you see in the parameters, I've added all the URLs like URL, environment ID, collection ID, and API key. After copying and pasting the items, you have to first save the parameters. Once you have done copying and pasting the parameters, save the parameters, go to the code, click on invoke. So whenever you click on invoke, it will get connected to the discovery. All right. So
Excuse me, I have a question.
yes.
On the code that you're showing us here, what language is that in?
Can you please repeat the question?
Like what language is this code in? Like how do we learn how to write this code? I'm just
Okay,
wondering like
the language is Node.js.
Is what?
Node.js. Node.js.
So we have to learn how to do that first before we can do this.
Node.js is a framework, I guess. JavaScript is a language.
Node.js framework and the JavaScript is the language that we've used here. Yes. So this is the Node.js SDK that we are using over here. So here we will be using all the JavaScript syntax and all.
Okay. So we have to rewrite this.
Node.js. I mean, now you can find this readily available code in the document. So no need of you explicitly learning the JavaScript. So if you just browse for IBM code patterns, you can get this code directly. But if you want to work with functions and create your own queries or create your own requests, then you have to learn JS.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So once this is done, you have to invoke with the parameters and you can see it got connected to your discovery. If you see here. All right. So once this is done, now you have to create an HTTP request, which will be there in the endpoint. So please click on endpoints. Select this enable as web action. And if you scroll down, you'll get a button called save. If you click on save, then your endpoint will be your endpoint will be created. So this is the HTTP request that you will be using in your chatbot. So this is the webhook URL that you will be using in the chatbot. All right. So please, I'm writing the steps of the process again. First one is to annotate your document. Annotate your document. Once your annotation is done, invoke the function codes with parameters. So these parameters can be grabbed from API configuration in discovery. Once that is done, then create an endpoint URL. So this endpoint URL can be grabbed from endpoint section. Select the endpoint, scroll down, click on save. So whenever you click on save, your endpoint URL will be generated. This is used in chatbot. All right. This will be used in the chatbot. So whatever the dialogue that we have created for the chatbot, that should be using this endpoint. All right. So now I'll show you how to configure this URL in the chatbot. You are unable to add the parameters. The reason is, have you completed the annotation of your document, Karthik? If so, then you can add your parameters. So Now you cannot add the parameters, but you can click on that add parameter and you can add the empty parameters. I don't know why you're not able to add your parameters. Can you please tell me what is the difficulty that you're facing? Okay, save app option is disabled because you have not entered the parameters, right? So once you enter all the parameters, then you can save it. All right, now let's see how to use this API in the chatbot. So in the functions in the chatbot, go to the product information dialog node. Go to the product information dialog node. Here you have to enable a setting called webhooks. Please click on customize. Please click on customize. Scroll down, call out to webhooks, and scroll down, select the option call a webhook. Scroll down and select the option call a webhook. So you have to enter the URL in the options. So please click on apply. Now click on this options. Here you have to paste the URL that you have generated. So this is the URL that you've generated, right? Copy this URL and paste it over here. So once you paste it over here, whenever user queries regarding product information, and with the help of this URL, that gets connected to the discovery. All right. So in the product information, you have to first add a parameter. So this is the input parameter. Input parameter is your input which you give in the bot. All right. So you just give this input as give the variable as input, and the value will be from the chatbot interface. So this is how you have to give the value of it. So whatever the value that you pass, for example, how do I access my AC, that will be stored in the variable which is input. That input will be sent to the webhook URL which is configured over here. Whenever you hit that URL, you will get the result in webhook underscore result underscore one. So let me create another variable which is webhook underscore result underscore one, webhook underscore result underscore one, and put the variable, the response as webhook underscore result underscore one dot passages dot. So this is the response that you get from the discovery. That response I am putting it in the context variable which is webhook. So this is the input that you will be sending to the Watson discovery, and whatever the response that is being triggered, that is from webhook result underscore one dot passage, and that result will be stored in the webhook underscore result underscore one. And remember, I forgot to tell you one thing. While creating your URL endpoint, while giving your URL endpoint over here, put the response as JSON object. So whatever the result that you get, that will be in a JSON format. So once this is done, so whenever you ask about any product information, for suppose, try it. If you ask about a product information, how do I turn my heater on? So this is another account and that is another account. So you'll not get the proper results, but let me see whether, as it is a API, so you can get you should get the results here as well. So let me check whether the results will be triggered over here or not. If not, I'll show you in the other one, which I've already created. So let me open my bot. This is my this is my assistant that I've created. So if I try it, then it says, how do I turn my heater on? So you can see I got the response from the discovery. You can see this, right? And you can ask any query regarding the product. How do I access my settings? Just click on enter. You'll get the answer from the discovery. So I've not added the intent setting, so that's the reason it is not giving me. So how do I turn my AC on? So you can see the text is the answer is being generated from the Watson discovery. So hope you understood the flow, right? So let me check whether my data got processed. Oh, it's still in the processing. Let me refresh it. Did you see that? Did someone check and tell me whether the data got processed? I don't know why it's taking so much of time. It will take not more than 10 minutes. But now it's taking so much of time. Still processing. All right, but anyhow, you have understood the flow, right? Have you understood the flow? So again, I'm just writing the steps to make sure. First step is upload data. Click on configure data. Select fields. Annotate your document. Select manage fields. Select the entities that you would like to train. Click on apply changes. Upload the document. Build your query. See the results. Once this is done, this is the first process, process 1. Once this is done, then create cloud functions. Select open cloud functions, select action. Once that is done, select code, write the code that connects to Watson Discovery, configure the parameters like URL, environment ID, collection ID, API. So URL and API key can be grabbed from the discovery dashboard, and these can be configured from the collection. Once this is done, save the parameters, then click on code, invoke the code. Towards right, you must see your collection details. If it's done, then your code is working fine. Once that's done, create the API endpoint. Once you create the API endpoint, now configure your chatbot. The dialog of product information, select configure settings, enable the option webhooks, and select the webhook option. From left pane, select options, give the endpoint, and add .json at the end. Afterwards, in the dialog node, give the input parameter, and I'll just put all these questions in the Nitin, the recording is already getting the session is already on live, so you can watch the session through YouTube. So give the input parameter, give the response parameter, and try the bot. You must see responses coming from discovery. All right. So whatever the document you take, this is the process that you implement. All right. So hope you are fine with the process, though as the server is somewhat busy or unable to process the documents, but for sure the document will be uploaded and you can do whatever all the stuff that I've shown you. All right. So once this is done, I've also created a user interface for my bot. Let me show you the user interface as well. So I've created a service called Node-RED. So I have a service called Node-RED. I'll also show how to create this Node-RED app also. It's just the basic UI where user will just gives the inputs and gives the input, and the bot will give the response on the UI. So I'll just show you how I've created it. So I'll just let me refresh it. Ria, of course, we can extract the name of the user, but you have to first create an entity for it. All right. So first you have to create the entity for all the names that you would like to use, and you can create a context variable for that entity, and that entity can be used as a username. So anyhow, we have a chatbot session. You will know how to create all those things in the chatbot session, Ria. All right. Yeah, so I'll just give my query here. How do I operate my heater? Whenever I submit it, so it gives all the answers regarding that heater configuration. And if I just talk about settings, just click on submit, you should see the response from that. So you have to annotate your document in a proper way. I've only annotated 6 documents, 6 pages. You have to annotate all the documents so that to get the accurate results. So this is how a user interface for question and answer system can be developed. And now I'll show you how do you create this. All right. To do so, first of all, you have to create a service called Node-RED. So service called Node-RED. To create that Node-RED service, I'll also I've just created a UI, Naina. Now I'm telling you what I've done. I've just showed you how can I create a UI so that I can query my question and the bot will answer my question. So now I'll show you how to do it. All right. I just showed you. That's it. I didn't tell anything, but now I'll show you what I did. All right, Naina. Fine. So now, first of all, to create that UI. So this is the UI that I've made, right? So to create this UI, you should have a service called Node-RED. In order to create that Node-RED service, please go to your dashboard, click on catalog, search for Node-RED, search for Node-RED. So please select the option Node-RED. Once you select that, you'll get redirected to the creation page. So please click on create, scroll down, click on create. So anyhow, I'll also send a YouTube video of creating the Node-RED dashboard. Don't worry. So Ram, can you please send the YouTube URL for creation of Node-RED so that students can refer to the video for creation of Node-RED. All right, so once you create it, your database will also get created. So likewise, whenever you install any server or anything in the local system, a database you have to create a database with it, right? So in the same way, while you're creating any Node-RED service, a database will also be created. So Node-RED is a service with which you can create web user interfaces. Initially, this Node-RED was only used for IoT applications, but now you have n number of nodes, so, with which you can create sample web applications. All right. So once your DB is associated, once your DB is created, now you can deploy your app. Whenever you're deploying your app, your DevOps tool chain will get loaded. So all the stages that are there in the DevOps will be loaded. So click on Cloud Foundry, scroll down, select the key. Okay, just click on the key, the new, and generate the API key. And your organization and space should be enabled. If they're not, then please try changing the country, which is London. So whenever you put it for London, then you can see your organization ID and your space are enabled. Once that is done, your unique name for your host will also be enabled. That means it will get created. Now click on next. So whenever you click on create, your DevOps tool chain, that is continuous delivery, will be created. So you can download all the packages relating to your web application deployment or development. So this will take around 10 minutes for creating your whole toolchain process. Once this is done, let me show you the YouTube video, how it is processed and all. You how to create. So once your creation is done, 4 stages to detect it, the status should change. The status should change to success. So here you can see the status should change to success. Now in the same way here, while creating your Node-RED applications, you can see the status is in progress. Once that is done, then that gets into a success state. Once that success state is done, your Node-RED application is. So I'll share this link so that you can use this link for the future reference. Go to Cloud Foundry apps. It says your cluster must be available. Yeah, Naina, select the Cloud Foundry option. Before deploying, select Cloud Foundry option. Yes, I've shared the link of Node-RED creation. So once your status is created, now I'll just show you the process. Get redirected to a page. So once it is done, now you have to open your click on the app. All right. So once that is done, so if suppose your status has got success, once the status is success, then you can go to your dashboard. You can go to your dashboard. On the dashboard, I was unable to log in before. Sorry, can you please repeat your question? From the dashboard, click on Cloud Foundry apps. Click on Cloud Foundry apps. There you'll find Node-RED. Your Node-RED will be opened. So once you open your Node-RED, this is the page you get redirected to. That you've created. Now you will get redirected to a page. You can see here the recorded video. Click on Visit App URL. Scroll down, select Next. If you wish to give the username and password, you can give. Okay, sir. Otherwise, okay, I'll just send you the recorded videos. Click on Next. Yeah. Click on Next. Finish. So once this is done, once the process is done, once this process is done, then you will get navigated to a page which looks like this. Now you can go to your Node-RED Flow editor. This is how your page looks like. Once you're done with the creation, this is how your page looks like. Don't worry, please follow the video to create your service. So this is how your page looks like. And I'll also share the basics of Node-RED video so that you can get accustomed to this kind of flow. You will get redirected to the basic flow of Node-RED. So if says it's not connected, that means the deployment is not yet created. So you have to repeat the process again, Naina. All right. So once that's done, this is how your page looks like. One is inject. You'll have an inject node and you'll have a debug node. So this is nothing but called as workspace. These are all the nodes with which you will be writing your coding. And this is the sidebar where you can see your dashboard settings. You can also see your output and all. All right, so first let's understand how to create your flow. So let me write all the steps. First of all, you have to create a form node where users can enter the query. The query should be parsed. The parsed query is sent to Watson Assistant. The result is showcased on UI. So these are all the 4 steps that we have to follow. First one is form node. So if you are familiar with HTML and all, you will have form tag, right? So where you will give the input label and the variable associated to the input label. Am I right? So here also the form node will do the same action, but as a new user, you will not have a form node. This form node will not be there. You have to download a plugin that can be downloaded from the options. Go to these options, click on manage palette, click on install, select node dashboard, search for dashboard. Once you search for dashboard, you will find an option to install. Please click on install. Once you click on install, the dashboard will get installed. All right. So once the dashboard is installed, then you can see all the dashboard nodes. So if you see, you can see all the dashboard nodes like button, drop down, switch, slider, numeric, text input, form. All these things will be showcased. So from here, I would like to drag the form node. Now double click on it. Here you have to give a group and tab. If you see, I've shown you a user interface, right? So this can be considered as a tab. This can be considered as a group. So you have to grip this. You can consider these as title as well as heading. So let me first give my title and heading for my user interface. So select this drop down, select the add new UI group, make it as enter your query. Please enter your query. And here you can also create a new tab. Select the new tab. Click over here. Give it as product information user product information application. Let me just write it as product information application. Add it. Done. Now give the label to your form node, which is enter your query. Whatever the query that you get, please store it in a variable A, and that is a text. Done. This is done. Now deploy it. You can go to the dashboard by clicking on this drop down. Here you will find something called dashboard. And once you click on dashboard, you can find a pop-up window here. Now please go to your pop-up window. So this is the user interface that I've created earlier. Now I have created a user interface with other title and a heading. You can click on that three lines. You can see product information. Now I'll just enter my query. Good morning. I'll just submit it. Now whenever I submit it, that output will be sent to the chatbot. So before, let's see what is the output that I get. So just add a debug note, and this debug note can be considered as a print statement in any of the programming language. All right. So just connect these two nodes and click on deploy. Now go to your dashboard, just submit your query. You can see good morning is being received. Now this is stored in a variable A. So I have created a form node where users can enter the query. And the next step is to parse the query. You cannot send the JSON data. This is in the form of a JSON. It's a dictionary kind of thing. So you cannot send it. You can only send good morning. So you have to parse it. So actually the good morning statement is stored in a variable A. Now in order to parse this, you have to copy the path. If you see these three variables, if you see these three options, the first option is to copy the path. All right. Now just grab the function node, connect this, make a variable name message.payload. Remember in Node-RED, every payload will be stored in message.payload itself. So whatever the variable that you define or you print, that should be message.payload. msg.m, the whole message, that is msg.payload is equal to msg.pay is the option that you've copied. Now just connect the debug node here. Now deploy it. Go to the user interface. Just type hi, how are you? Now just submit it. You can see only hi, how are you is being grabbed. The reason is we have parsed the input. Now you have to send this input to the Watson assistant. All right. So grab your Watson assistant, double click on it. So here you have to give the credentials of your Watson assistant. These can be taken from your Watson assistant dashboard. So this is my Watson assistant, right? I have my API key. Copy your API key over here. In the same way, copy your URL, API and URL. Now you have to get the workspace ID. This workspace as ID is of your chatbots. So if you click on this tree, you'll find the bot that you've created. Select view API details. Here you find something called skill ID. Copy the skill ID and paste it over here. Click on done. Now get a debug node, or else disconnect this and you put this debug node over here. Deploy it. Now enter your query here. Good morning. Submit. And you can see you got the response from the bot. So if you just select this drop down, you can find something called output. You can see in the output, you have a text saying, hey, good morning. How may I help you? All right. Now let me give another query, which is how do I turn on my heater? How do I turn on my heater? Just submit this. Now you can see another response is being triggered. This response is from webhooks. And this intents, scroll down. And if you see the output, intents is product information. This intent is from product information. And this intent is from greeting information. Greeting information, right? So the output is like, one second. Yeah, so you'll get the output in the webhook result one. So if you open webhook result one, you can see the passages. So in the passages, your answer will be there in this passage.txt. Now I will be writing a function which will differentiate between intents. All right. So here I have my intent as greeting, right? So let me write this condition where I write if my intent is product information, and set my passage underscore text as my output. Otherwise, if the intent is not from product information, then my output will be text. So for that, I'm writing a code which says if copy the path of the intent. So if you see, copy the path of the intent. If msg dot paste the path is equal to product information, then message dot payload is equal to the result coming from the webhook. So copy the path of this and put it over here. else, 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 else message dot payload is equal to, so here you have to put another thing which is msg dot message dot payload is equal to, scroll up, copy the text, copy the path of text, is equal to msg dot payload of text. Done. Now just put the debug node over here. Now deploy it. Now I just give my statement as good morning. The query, I mean, I'll just say it as good morning, and then you get the result as message is not defined. MSSG. It's not MMSG, it's MSG. Deploy. Good morning. And you can see, hey, good morning. How may I help you? Now I just give the question related to product information. Turn my heater on. Now submit this. You can get the result from the webhooks. Yeah, you can see the result is from webhook. All right. Now I want to display it in text box. So grab the text box, connect your bot response over here, select the same UI tab and group and name it as bot response. Done. Deploy it. Now go to the Node-RED, refresh it. Okay, sorry. You have not given the proper tab and UI. So the UI is product information. Done. Deploy it. Now go to the UI. You can see the bot response. Now select and now just submit it. You can see the bot response over here. So you can also increase and decrease the size of your widgets. So to do so, please select this dashboard here, select the layout, give the width as 8, done, and here select the width as okay, done, update. Now go to form node, select the size as 3 and 4, and for the bot response also you can select the size, let it be something 3 and 7. Done. Deploy it. Now go to the node. So width is not proper, so you can change the width. All right, let me change the width. Done. You can also beautify your web applications with the help of these settings. Now you can see, enter your query. Good morning. Submit it. You can receive the bot response over here. In the same way, give the responses regarding your product. Turn my AC. So this is the response that you get. So this is how you will be building a user interface for question and answering system. As there is a issue with the processing of data, I just showed you the whole process. I hope you have understood the whole process and how to configure the data. This is the whole use case with which you can annotate your any of the documents you want, and also integrate a chatbot with it with the help of some sort of UI. And with this, I would like to conclude the session. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Yes, Ashutosh, I'm sending it. Yes, I have sent. So hope if you've not followed the session, please do watch the recorded video. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me regarding the Watson Discovery service or what sort of data you can upload or anything regarding the use case or the services. I'll just give 10 minutes of time for your question and answers session. So have you understood the process, guys? So there are three processes that you can delete, Karthik. You can delete it through the dashboard. You can go to the dashboard. Under services, you can delete the service and recreate it again. So under services, you can delete any of the service that you would like to delete. Okay. So under the services, click on the three options. You'll find delete button. You can delete any of the service. Any doubts, guys? So if you have any doubts, ma'am, if you want to understand the sentiment of the user, do we? Yes, yes, Rahul, we have a tone analyzer for that. So let me show you a demo of tone analyzer using IBM. Tone analyzer. For suppose I give a text view demo. With the help of this tone analyzer demo, you can analyze the sentiment of a text. So let me give my own text. I am very much frustrated. Analyze it. So you can see this anger. Sakshi, I've just now sent the notebook. You can scroll up in the chat. You can scroll up the chat window and you can find that. So we have tone analyzer and also we have knowledge. So if you want to have entity extraction, guys, we have another service called Knowledge Studio. With the help of Knowledge Studio, you can create your own entity recognition systems. I don't know whether I have the demo or not. Yeah, so this is the Knowledge Studio, and if you give any sort of text and submit it, it will analyze the text and grabs the entities from that. You can see. Then, what is the thing that you want, Sakshi? No, not the code one. I have given something called steps for QA. Steps for QA. I have sent the steps for QA notepad. This is the one that I have sent. You can search for steps for QA. You can find that. Anyways, I'll send it again. All right, I've sent it again, Sakshi. You can download it. So you can have entity, whatever the text analysis applications that I've discussed in this session, like sentiment analysis. Just now I've sent it again, Sakshi. I don't know why few of you are not able to delete the, download the notes. Let me upload that to Drive and share it again. So I've also shared the Drive link for steps of this question and answer system. All right. So you can click on this link and download the file, Prasad. Watson Discovery is used by so many companies for their real-time real-time products as well. So if you complete the whole content that I have delivered, then you can create your own specific domain question and answer system, guys. And of course, you can also, if you have a very good programming knowledge, and you can also go with the programming. But if you're not very much into technical stuff, these services will help you a lot. So if you have any other doubts, please let me know. And if you get any errors while completing this session, you can reach out me at Pradipti at thesmartbridge.com. I'll help you out. This is my mail ID. You can reach out through this mail ID. So I hope you don't have any sort of questions. So no doubts, right, guys? Hope you have learned something through this session, like creating a chatbot or annotating your documents through Watson Discovery and all. So thanks for attending the session, guys. You've been a wonderful audience. We'll let you know about it, Prasad. Fine. I would like to end the session. Have a nice day. You're welcome, Anand. So I'm ending the session. We'll get back to you in another sessions.